Alright, welcome back to the live session. Welcome back. Alright, welcome back to the live session. Is my screen moving now? Is the screen moving now? Let me just confirm that the screen is moving. Just let me know in the comment section. Merry Christmas, everybody. Alright, so we are going to start with we started with weekly. We've checked monthly on gold. I'm going to do gold, then we'll go to BTC, then from there we go to synthetic. So starting with monthly is bullish, weekly is bullish. If you've not watched my video on market direction, go and look and watch the video, because if you don't understand market direction, there's no way you're going to understand anything we are doing here. So the market broke out from this place here. After the break, the market will either do this, because no matter how the market rallies, there will always be a pullback. Either the pullback will be immediately or it will be later in the future. So this one, the market broke out, so it's just moving. There will be a pullback. Either the pullback will lead the market to this RBS, then moves, or it will lead the market down to here, then move. We don't really know yet, but when it gets to any of those key levels and gives us our entry model, we take the trade from there. That's how we're going to trade this one. This is based on weekly. So since we've gotten our direction on weekly, we go to daily. Now on daily, what's the market doing? The market is also bullish on daily. And before this week ended, there was a key level here. Despite this key level is not our A plus kind of key level, we have our kind of A plus key level when trading and looking for storyline. But this current storyline is bullish, right? So since the market is bullish on daily, this area here would have been where I look for my entries, but this is not my A plus sniper entry. At least my student knows why this area is not A plus sniper entry. When trading the storyline is bullish, but at least that's not an A plus sniper entry. But if this week, next week, which is going to be Monday, if Monday market comes back down, there might be a sniper entry here, but not a strong sniper entry. But if you want to risk it, you can still risk it there. I like going for setups that are very perfect, okay? Not just perfect. I like going for setups that are very strong. Very strong. I don't risk. Sometimes I might not even take trade, but when I'm taking trade, I know that that trade is going to give me something very good. Okay, so that's how I pick my trade. Then wait for the market to come back there. Now, if I want to pick this trade, I can decide to wait for the market to come here. Now, remember, daily is bullish. So one thing the market might do, the market might get here, give us our entry model at this zone. Remember, coming from daily, here is what is a support. This is a support here, and this is RBS here. So any of this level, the market will tap it, give us our entry model, and we are good to go. So either it will tap here, give us our entry model here, or here, give us our entry model. But for sniper entry, for now, I'm not seeing a perfect sniper entry. I remember I picked my trade based on sniper entries. I'm not seeing a perfect sniper entry, so I'm not going to say despite the storyline here is bullish, I'll start looking for trades on the supports. No, because my sniper entry is not there. When there is no sniper entry, I wait for entry models. So that's how I trade. So where there is no sniper entry, I look for entry model. So that's how we trade. So at this point now, what will I be waiting for next week? These two zones here are where I'm going to be looking for trades. Now remember what I always tell you guys when I used to give you guys trades. Remember we trade live on TikTok, and it's been long we've not done that. At least the unbelievers can attest to that we used to trade live on we trade live on TikTok when I'm live on TikTok, and there are trades, and we picked trade 2 times on TikTok, and it was the first one, the first trade ever we took on TikTok. One of them was 1:45. The second trade we took on TikTok was 1:16, 1:8, 1:8 on TikTok live. We took the trade and it was amazing. So now this place here is where I'll be looking for trades. There's no sniper for now. I'm not seeing any sniper. When I see sniper, I'll let you guys know. So let's move down to, now that I've done that, remember this is all-time high on gold. So gold will not be rejecting from anywhere. If gold wants to reject from somewhere, it has to create its own form of rejection, which is going to use. But for now, gold is not rejecting from anywhere. This point here is all-time high. This is all-time high. So when the market will start dropping, sometimes people make mistake trading all-time high wrongly. For you to trade an all-time high, you wait because the market is bullish. So you selling is wrong. You selling, the selling has no strength. So but that doesn't mean that you can't still sell. How are you going to sell? You wait for the market to create a rejection point, reject that point, then you know that your pullback to this zone is valid. Now if the market gets to these 2 zones, the RBS and support, and disrespect the changes story and disrespect here, that means the market wants to change storyline. Remember, I always say that whenever our entry, the only time our entry doesn't work out is when the market wants to change storyline. As long as the market is not changing storyline, your entry is going to work. Now for those that want me to analyze pairs, I'm just going to do 2 pairs this night. One Forex pair, one synthetic pair. So you can drop in the comment section. I'll just select randomly 2 of the pairs which I'm going to analyze. Someone said mentorship every month. How many of your mentees are doing well? You have never shown market execution MT5. Okay. Yeah, those are the unbelievers. There's something people always say when all these mentors that are always pained. The problem is that people choose to do their things differently. You have mentors that are showing you flashy lifestyle, but after you learn from them, you're achieving nothing. Now, flashy lifestyle is not going to take you anywhere. I choose not to show anything. I choose to show you real chart. Okay, I show you my chart before it plays out, and before and after it plays out. That's how I choose to show my own. Now there are difference between people trading there's difference between when I say people that trade nonsense and people that trade reality. Now some people trade based on what they see. Now what they see is not based on what they are seeing on the chart, based on what the person that wants to teach them Forex is showing them. I gave you guys this example. There's a big difference between someone showing you 100k in MT5 and someone showing you 1:30 RR. Now that person showing you 100k, 50k, 5k or 70k MT5 might be risking is doing 1:2, risk $50 to make 100, risk 30 to make 60. That's 1:1, sometimes 1:1.5. Now then we have the people that you have the senseless people in Forex that will see that kind of, what you feed the eyes is what the mind is going to exaggerate on. The mind cannot work on what he has not seen, he or she hasn't seen. So what they do, they feed your eyes. When they feed your eyes sends the information to your brain, and your brain starts stimulating nonsense. And because of that, you spend 6 years learning Forex from someone that showed you 100K in his account, and after 6, 7, 5, 10 years, you have nothing to show or prove, because you allowed your brain to think based on what your eyes saw. You do not allow your brain to think based on what the brain should reason and think. Now, when that person does 1:1, 1:2, and after doing the 1:1 and 1:2, and this person using 50K to do 1:1, 1:1 on 50K is 100K. You'll be in the comment section shouting, I believe one day I'm going to be like you. You can never be like that mentor. Never. You can never be like that mentor. Because you go into Forex, you're coming in with your 500 USD, you're coming in with your 200 USD, you're coming in with your $50 USD. How long are you going to trade 1:2 for you to get to that level where that mentor is doing is using 50K to make 100, or using 10K to make 20K? You can never get there. Now, it will be good, it will be nice. They feed your eyes. The mentor will feed your eyes with that 50K, 100K. A lot of people are not happy because of this secret that I'm spilling in the Forex market. Now, when they show you that 50K, 20K, maybe they use 10K to get 20, 10K to get 30. That 30K is juicy. Yeah, it looks juicy, it looks nice, it looks cool. That is 1:2. Then your entry amount is $20, your entry amount is $50, your entry amount is $100, and you're doing 1:2. And already there's nobody that trades. No matter how sweet your strategy is or your concept is, you will always lose. And you that is trading with $50, you're doing 1:2, 1:2 is $200. And when you go into losing streak, you lose 5 times. After winning 2 times, you lose plus your capital and your interest and your profit. Then you still be there like an ant in the comment section of those big forex traders, and you'll be shouting, I believe one day I'm going to be like you. You can never be like them. You will never be like them. I will never be like them. Those guys now, one, they are doing affiliates. They are affiliating. They are doing affiliate marketing for pro firm brokers that pays them thousands of dollars, and they have thousands of dollars to put into the chart, into the market, to make 1:2 and 1:2. You get me? But you that is not affiliating for any company, you're not affiliating for any pro firm, you're just doing your $100. You will never go anywhere. Now, people think that they will get financial breakthrough from pro firm, but I'm sorry to shock you. Before we go into BTC, none of the this thing pro firms are not designed to make you prosper. Pro firms are not designed to make you rich. Pro firm is designed to make the person that owns the pro firm to make money. Since pro firm knows that 100% of traders are losers, they created a scheme. Pro firm just like a Ponzi scheme. Now, what do? They pay your big forex influencers big amount of dollars, influence this thing for them. Now, they'll give your forex influencers a fake funded account, a fake payout, and they'll post, I just cash out from this pro firm. And next thing, you that are not able to think or reason for yourself, you now pump your money. I had a student that joined the October batch. This student, from January to October, he has bought like 20 pro firm accounts. Then I'll be asking these people, you've bought 20 pro firm accounts from January to October, 20 pro firm accounts, 20, and you're still not able to think and realize that this thing is not pro firm was not designed to make you rich. This one of my mentees told me that anytime he wants to stop buying pro firm, it will get to a point where he will like try to get to a point of realization that this thing is that pro firm is just like Ponzi. But the next thing, he will see one of his big mentors that I'm Forex just post that yes, he just got a payout of 80K USD on Profirm. The next thing, you carry this last card, buy 5 more Profirm account. Now the goal is for him to buy 5 so that if he loses 2, 3 is there for him to pass. But to his greatest surprise, he will lose all. So don't allow anybody to deceive you. Anybody that is showing you anybody that is showing you 10k as a beginner forex trader, someone is showing you 100k, 1 million, 500k, 200k in MT5, and you look at the balance, the person's balance is like showing 500k, his balance is 200k. That is 1:1.5, right? 1.5. You with your 50k, think for yourself, how long will I trade with 1:1.5 RR for me to get to a level where I'll be using 200k to trade? You will never get there. What you should be looking for is to study the market and understand how the algorithm works, so you can be cashing high RR, 1:20, 1:40. In November alone, I did more than 1:200. November this year alone, I posted it. So let's go back to what we have today. I'm going to go through the comment section, then I pick one forex pair. So I sell one forex BTC. Okay, let me just do one forex pair before I do BTC. So most of the pairs here is GJ. So we're going to do GJ. I've seen GJ a lot. Yeah, people say GJ. What happened? You guys are in love with GJ. What happened to GJ this period? Okay, let me add GJ. I don't trade GBP. JPY. I like using forex.com. So for the unbelievers, this was the trade that gave us 1:56. The unbeliever. You see, one thing about people that are paying, that people are making 1:100, 1:50. Why they are paying this? Because they can't replicate this same thing. They can't. Their brain cannot fathom how someone is doing this. So since their brain cannot solve this kind of, one of the things, the forex market is just like a puzzle. You get, everything is there for you. Just get the pieces of the puzzle, fix them together. You see how easy the market is. You see how easy the market will become for you. Before, when I started forex, then I was doing all those SMC liquidity stuff, I force market, I chase market, as in every time I'm looking for market, I'm not even seeing. It gets me. But currently now, since I started trading advanced Msnr and I started trading CAN concept, everything made sense to me. When I was trading, when I discovered advanced Msnr, the market was so interesting. Everything makes sense more to me when I now discover the CAN concept. One thing about me is that if I'm doing something and this thing is very good, then my mind will tell me, if this is good, that means there is more to this thing. That curiosity made me discover CAN concept. I'm not saying that everybody in the forex market is going to discover a concept. No, some people are meant to discover. Some people are meant to keep discovering, while some people are meant to learn and use what some other person have discovered. Here, someone discovered plane. You don't have to discover plane again. You just to create plane. Someone discovered light. You don't have to create light again. You just have to use what the person invented. Someone invented and discovered bulb. How to use bulb. Now you don't have to look for a way to invent bulb again. You can use the knowledge from what you've learned from the person that invent bulb to create more bulb. You get me? Someone discovered blockchain. Now you don't have to think on how to invent blockchain again. It's for you to look at the algorithm of the blockchain and start creating more blockchain. You see? So when I see people that are pained in the comment section saying, show me MT5, I used to tell them there are two sides of a coin, the head and the tail. If someone decides to show you the head always, you take it. If the person decides to show you the tail always, you take it. Someone asked me, why don't you post your losses? And I said, I'm a positive guy. So my page is all about positivity. Not that I don't lose. Yeah, I lose sometimes, but I decided to show my positive side. It's not wrong for you to create a TikTok page, and in the TikTok page, you do what? You post losses 247. It's okay. Just keep posting losses. That is your own niche. My own niche is to post something positive. Let's go to weekly. Now, looking at weekly, I'm going to clear out the chart here. Looking at weekly, the market is bullish. Okay, we have the market is bullish even without saying looking for rejection and breakout. The market is bullish on weekly, both on monthly. Everything is bullish like this, very bullish. Even here, the market did, this was when market did this, when market did that on monthly, broke out here. Let's see. Okay, that was a breakout. That level is very fresh. Market haven't used it monthly, but I'm not expecting the market to come. Remember, this is monthly, so I'm not even expecting this market to come to this point here. It might, maybe later next year, maybe towards March, April, any time of the month, it might come back, because this is a monthly chart. We don't trade monthly. I'm just going to ignore that. Let's go to weekly, the more realistic one. So now that we have this market like this, where do I think this market, where am I expecting this market to come to? This market, I expect this market to come here, but remember, we don't trade SMC, we are trading advanced Msnr. So expecting this market to come here is unrealistic. You expecting this market to come here, unrealistic. So I'll be expecting this market to do what? This is a valid OCL. When the next candle opens, this is going to be a valid OCL where the market can decide to use. Now, all this, I'm going to drop a video on OCLs next year. Currently now I'm resting, so I'm going to drop videos on types of OCL next year in the channel. Now I'll expect this market to come here next week when the new candle opens. Now there's a way we enter our trade, sniper entry. Sometimes people see OCL and said it's a weak key level, it's not strong, it's a weak key level, it's not strong. You don't understand. You're the one that lack knowledge. Nobody seeks for knowledge and end up being dumb or foolish. So seek for knowledge. When you seek for knowledge, you understand. The first time I was just like most of the doubting Thomas. Also, I was like, then when I saw someone trading Msnr then, and this guy was doing 1:66, I didn't even believe the guy, because I was SMC guy. I mean, they carry SMC for head. SMC that I struggled to make 1:4, and I someone doing 1:66. I was like, I don't believe. So it was when this person did another trade, he dropped it before and said, this is the trade I'm entering. That trade was 1:25. So that I saw when the guy dropped that 1:25, I was like, this person is so confident in dropping 1:25. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to watch. So I watched the trade came, triggered, did 1:50, 1:80, 1:90. The guy removed the money, said, okay, fine, it's okay with 1:90. That was when I now said, okay, fine, this is real. And a lot of doubting Thomas also stopped doubting when I traded live on my YouTube, my TikTok channel. I dropped 1:45 trade, 1:45 RR played out. Another one 1:20 something on Euro USD played out. Another one 1:8 two times USD JPY played out. So that's when most of the doubting Thomas came to realization that this is real. Now the new doubting Thomas are those that have not seen me trade live before, so you guys can keep doubting. I'm not here to prove anything to anybody. If you're looking for someone that will prove anything to you, do you have a lot of big mentors in Forex field, so you can go and meet them. They will flash cards, show you private jets, show you 50k. After showing you that, you go and hustle all the hustle, pack money, give to them, and go to learn mentorship from them. After learning, you now realize that what you learned was mentor. There was no ship inside. You learned mentor boat, not ship. Because if it was a ship inside, you sail to a better destination. But since it's a boat, mentor boat, that's what you learned. You now realize that, okay, Forex is not all about someone showing you all those big money. And one thing you guys don't understand is that most of the big Forex mentors don't even trade. You won't see them trade Xnet. Some don't even trade using popular brokers. They'll be trading using all these brokers that are not popular, that are not even popular. They'll be trading using all these brokers that are not popular. Now those brokers give them what? Access gives them access to back end, and with that back end that they can manipulate trade. They'll just place any trade, the trade that is running already, they'll just place a trade, and the back end will not edit it to look as if they entered the trade during the time the market was, but is back end editing. And on the MT5, MT4, it will be showing very clean. You'll be fooling yourself around. So this is the OCL here. Now for this OCL to be valid, there are some things I have to consider on my lower time frame to make it valid. This is an OCL there which is valid. This is also another OCL here. So if a new candle opens, which of the OCL do I think the market might want to use first? This OCL here. So since the market is bullish on weekly, that's the OCL there. Now from that OCL, coming down from that OCL, now I have a key level here on my daily. You see, this is a key level on my daily. You see that? But this key level on my daily was not able to push the market to break out here. You see that? Now here would have been a very strong entry point if this support led to a breakout here, but it did not lead to a breakout here. But even if I want to take trade here, I'm taking trade here. Why? Because the weekly is bullish, the daily is also bullish. Now one thing you should know, that don't at no point should you trade assumption. Trade what you're thinking. Okay, someone said we don't trade fair value gap here. Take fair value gap somewhere else. We don't trade fair value gap here. You don't trade fair value gap. Okay. So I say please just do this analysis already. You can go and sleep because. All right. So now this is an area. Okay, I was saying at no point should you ever trade what you're assuming. Even if the market kicks it out, trade what the market is telling you. At this point, you know that the market is bullish. Very, very bullish, right? So why will you say, oh, this place might be weak, it might not work, it might not do this, might not do that, when the market has clearly shown you that the market is bullish on weekly, bullish on monthly, and bullish on daily? The only thing that will make this market to reverse from here, remember, if the market still comes back down, if this market touches here and still comes back down to break below here, this is not a change in storyline. Hope you know that. This is not a change in story. This is not a change in market direction, okay? They have different types of storylines, so I'm not going to go into the other types of storyline. I'll just be using the normal one that I shared in the YouTube channel. So this is not a change in market direction, because if I go to this part here, you see clearly the market did not break through the apex. So since it did not break through the apex, the only time the market changes storyline is if the market breaks here. That's when what happens is direction changes. But for now, the market is purely bullish. So since the market is bullish, now this place would have given us a sniper entry, but I can't take sniper entry here because here did not lead to a breakout here. What will I be waiting for here? If the market wants to come back down, remember, this is the weekly OCL, which is very powerful. Weekly OCL are very powerful, very, very powerful. And we also have this one here. We also have this daily support below the weekly OCL, very powerful. So at this point now, what this market will do next week is either the market breaks through, daily candle breaks through, okay, or what happens, the market will, from here, as the market opens, it will come back where? It will come back here to this weekly OCL, wants to react here. If it doesn't react here and move, that means it will come here to react here. You see? Now some people say, this is daily, how will you just pick it? No, we don't just put trades here. This is daily time frame. Why will you be picking trades on daily time frame? Okay, someone say, hey, from Uganda, what's the last minute time frame I can use to cash up trade using Msnr? Can I use any time frame at all? Um, Someone said, 5K dollar I won. No BT. What? Just go and sleep. I'm trying to make 5K again for the second time. Thanks to him again. All right. So here, here, here. So the market can use here and use here. Remember, we don't just enter trade blindly. We have our sniper entry. Where we don't have sniper, I repeat this, where we don't have sniper entry, we use our entry models. Now I'm going to go to 4-hour time frame here. Next year, the way the market is moving, next year is going to be an amazing year for those that are trading, because even for you to be, even the way I'm seeing the structure, the way the candles are moving, it's going to be very amazing. Yeah, after this one, I'm doing V75. Okay, V75 or V75 1S. Okay, those that want me to trade synthetic, just start dropping the pair you want me to trade. The pair with the highest comment is the one I'm going to analyze. So start dropping the pairs you want me to analyze on synthetic. This is a festive season. Why I won't go sleep? It's just grooving throughout. So me, I'm not feeling after now. I'm going out. It's a festive season. Enjoy yourself. Calm down. That's why I say stay away from your chat for this period. Enjoy yourself. Allow your brain to calm down. So now the way I'm seeing the market move is going to be amazing. There's something I'll be doing next year, which I'm not going to. There's something I'll be doing next year. I'm going to tell you by the end of this thing. So now opening up the chart, you see that you coming to 1 hour. Just look at this place. 1 hour here looks very confusing, right? Looks very confusing to all those newbie traders, or the trader that does all those I2 too confusing, to be very confusing to them. They don't know what you're doing. They say, this market change, break of structure, change of character, all those big things. But if you're not bothered about that, because you know what this market is doing, you're coming from weekly. You know already that this is an OCL here, very strong. You went to daily, you know there's a support here, very strong. The market is already bullish. You've seen that already very perfectly. You've seen that already. Then now, even when you're looking at your 4 hour, you know what your 4 hour is doing, very strong. Now there was a change in when this pullback, remember I said when the market is at an all-time high, it will create its own structure. How am I going to put it? It's going to create its own candle, which is going to create its own rejection point. That's what the market is going to do. So now that the market is at this, let's see, GBP JPY is all-time high too, right? There's nothing on the left-hand side. Okay, it's not all-time high. Okay, now at this point where this market is here, there's a lot of things that can happen here, but this left-hand side is too far. It's too far, so you don't even waste your time looking for anything at that left-hand side. Now, what is the market trying to do? The market can decide to do what? The market can also decide to create its own rejection point and start dropping. Now, if this market starts dropping, maybe the market got here, broke below here and start dropping, I'm very confident in the market pushing up again from here. Very confident in that. I'm very confident in the market pushing up from here. I know already the market is not going to come back here. So here, and here, I'm very confident in the market pushing down. Now, some people might be saying, the market is changed structure. This market will start coming down. There's something they always do that used to make me to laugh. So they will come and draw something here and say, this is trend line. Where is that thing? They say this is trend line liquidity. The market is coming down. This is just on to say this is trend line liquidity. The market is going to clear all this trend line and tap into a pure. Now you ask yourself, do you realize that this is a daily time frame? And the possibility of the market just coming back here, clearing everything like this. This is 11 November. The possibility of the market just moving, just the market will start pumping down, clear everything here. It's unrealistic. You see that? But some people say that is trend line, they wait for the market to come and clear. Meanwhile, those that are trading advanced Msnr, we know already that if the market clears here, now what happened? You're going to have daily reject daily. We have here, you see a daily reject daily here. We go to 4 hour. We have the daily reject daily. And we have a 4 hour breakout. If you have daily reject daily here and the market breaks below here, what happens? That's a change in storyline. And that change in storyline will do what? Bring the market up again to the point where it will give us entry here. And where are we going to take out our first TP? It's going to be here. And if we get our entry from here to here, it's going to be more than 1:30 something RR. You see how simple the market is. The market has given me first of all rejection on daily. Now, if there's a breakout here on 4 hour, is a breakout here on 4 hour, what is the market telling you now? That the market is going to come back up to daily, give us entry on that daily. At this point now, you can enter your trade from daily very with confidence. The market comes back, give you entry, and where are you taking out your first TP? Is going to be here. Then I'm not telling you this one, that one. It's going to be here. Remember, as long as there's rejection and breakout, but now there's a rejection, but there's no breakout yet. So what some people do, those that trade advanced Msnr, when they see rejection, they won't trade again. They'll just sit and start waiting for breakout. That's not how to trade advanced. That's not how to trade Msnr. When there's a rejection, or rejection in the market doesn't mean that the market will lead to a breakout. Okay, rejection can just happen. The market continues its movement. Okay. So when there's a rejection, because you see rejection doesn't mean there will be a breakout. Rejection can just happen. The market will just continue its trade. So now, since we've gotten this already on daily, where will I be waiting for? There's one of the mentors that learns from me, and since then, after learning, I saw how powerful this thing is. What he always does now, he always wait for his trade here. It's still good. He will wait for his trade. He always waits for trades here. Now, that's what he does. In one of his videos, he even said that in his video, that when he wakes up, I won't call anybody's name. He will mark his key levels and wait for the entries to come. So that was after he came, learned some model from me, and did that. So it's good. So now you've understood what the market is doing. This is our OCL. This is here. I'm coming down here. I'm not seeing any sniper entry. So what am I going to force the market? I'm not forcing the market. I'm not going to do that. You force the market, you lose. You force the market, you lose. You will lose very, very well. No, you won't be losing small. You lose very, very well. Okay. Now, had it been after this market broke out here, the market came back again, here would have been my perfect point to enter the market. Here would have been my perfect point to enter the market. Then I would have reduced it to 15 minutes, enter the trade at that point. Then where would have been my TP? Let's go back to that 4 hour. Remember, I said after the breakout here, at the end of this candle, I didn't mean the market came back down again. Then my entry would have been from here. 10 pips stop loss for those trading GBP JPY. Then the TP would have been here, 1:6. But since we don't go for 1:6, our least R is 1:8. It is 1:8. But the market did not come back here. Did not come back here. I mean, the breakout here bring the market down here. That here would have been perfect. Okay, based on how we trade. But now, since that did not happen, you're not going to force the market. You just sit and wait. Just sit and wait for the market. So let's go to synthetic and see. the highest one people, okay, I will check one more forex pair. So the highest that they said, please, I talk about sniper entries, the reason behind it. Okay, so you came here to drop the hate comment, go and sleep. He made me create. Let me get that money, so if I lose it, I'll be back. $200 I had already. Let's see. You just have to wait. That's the thing. Most of the time I just sit and wait for my trade. It comes, you see, it's better you wait and you make that high RR than for you to be jumping to every trade. Remember, this thing, this V75, let me clear this. V75 doesn't have weekly, but for you to get weekly on V75, you can use your MT5 to get your weekly. Okay, now if you watch here closely, let's see what happens here. We have daily reject daily here. You see daily reject daily here, right? When you learn a concept that works with algorithm, you don't need to be, there are some people that are trading strategy that the strategy works on gold, it doesn't work on forex. It works on forex, doesn't work, but my concept works on everywhere, be it forex, be it gold, be it futures, be it crypto. It works on any kind of instrument. Okay, so now back to this analysis. Synthetic, most times synthetic is very simple because since they are purely algorithm, they work very simply. So you see this rejection here, yeah, there's a rejection here, daily reject daily. I go to 4 hour, you see that 4 hour, there was a 4 hour breakout. This was the rejection here. This is the breakout here. You see, this was also a breakout here. This was a breakout here. This was a breakout here. Now after the breakout, now let's see where the breakout occurred. The first breakout, this was rejection. This was created before the market tapped the point. Let me do this. Let's see. This was it there when the first time the market tapped here, 4 hour. Okay, this is gonna be, this was our rejection point here. This was the value rejection point here, this one. So after the breakout there, we expected the market, okay, this is the current day that is doing the rejection. So when today's candle closes like this, the best place for the market to come to, this is support here. Okay, now this place here will be valid as long as the market has not come to do another rejection and break out. Okay, the market does another rejection and breakout, this place will not become valid again. And now where is this market heading to? Where is this market heading to? Not here, not here. The market might be heading here. Okay, the market might be heading here. All right, now if this market, the market might be heading there to do this, to tap here, come back and continue down below, because weekly is bearish from weekly time frame. You go to check your weekly time frame on MT5, weekly is bearish. Just so weekly is bearish. So because of that, now we just want this market to come here. Now when it gets to this part, breakthrough, it will get here. It might, I won't say it will, it might get here. But if it doesn't get here, it will create its own rejection and start coming back down again. That's what the market does. But for now, this place, if the market comes back again, it will be valid. But you see that we also have a rejection there. Look at this rejection here. So since you have rejection and if you have a breakout here now, it will weaken this place from being strong. It will weaken it. All right, it will weaken it. and might continue down to break. So one thing about trading this is this. My student knows already we have two types of kind of storyline. Okay, so we combine the two of them together. When we combine those two storylines together, we get perfect trade. And again, for those that just learned the storyline, the one I dropped on YouTube, always follow the current storyline. So if we have rejection here, remember this is a rejection point, and we have a breakout here, which is going to be this breakout. If you have a breakout point here, you have a breakout here, this one. Now what happens? Wait for the market to come back to the point that did the rejection, then you look for your trade there. Another information is not there on YouTube. People always see rejection breakout, but they don't know where to pick trade. Whenever the market does rejection and breakout, wait for the market to come back to that time frame that did the rejection, then you get your entry from the support or resistance, not be above or below. Okay, so that's it. Always make sure you trade the current storyline you're seeing. Now there might be rejection here and breakout, and you're still looking at this point. That's a mistake people do when they watch these videos on YouTube about storyline, and they'll just see a storyline, like they see the storyline there, they are very happy all their life. Now they are sitting waiting for the market to come back here, not realizing that at this point the market have changed storyline also. Because there's a rejection here already, if the market comes down and break here, there's a change in storyline. Why they are sitting waiting for here? Yeah, sometimes it might work. A storyline, a new storyline will be formed. The old storyline, sometimes 20% of the time it works. Because it works 20% of the time doesn't mean that you should be doing it. What about the other 80% of the time you'll be losing? Okay, don't risk 80% win over 20% loss. Okay, don't risk 80% loss over 20% win. Is bad. So I want to say thanks for thanks for that information. So if you've been following up on my channel, you know that I drop information that are very important. I don't just come and I tell you what I want to tell you. No, I give you information that are good. So after that, now that is it here. Now another thing is that here also can push price down. You get me? There can be this rejection here. In starting, I always say about rejection, there can be rejection here, but the market will not come more lower. It will just do the next candle continue until it gets here and decide to push up or come down. But no matter what the market is doing, the market will always give you always give you the opportunity to trade, because the algorithm knows what it's doing, and you've mastered the way algorithm works. What do you need? Sniper entry is not just something I'll just explain in one live session. There are more things to sniper entries. There are step guide to sniper entry. I will not just come and tell you when you see this candle, you see this candle, sniper entry. No, there are more things to sniper entry. That's why I won't just come and give you information like that, so you're not going to trade you wrongly. And I say, this guy told us about the sniper, it's not working. There are step guide. Step you must follow to get the sniper entry. So we have S-box, we have FTF online. So there's a lot of things before you get your sniper entry. It's not just see black and red candle, you take sniper. No. So looking at this way, you've seen that we've been able to dissect this V75, and you know what we're waiting for. We don't force trade. Now, I believe this market came after the breakout from here. It did not even do any rejection here. After the breakout, maybe today ended and the next candle opened and it was coming back here. Here would have been our we would have gotten sniper entry here. You get me? We have gotten a very nice sniper entry here. As long as there's a rejection here. Rejection was not the problem, but I didn't mean the rejection was there, but trying to come back, there was no change in storyline here. If it tries to come back, here would have still been a very sniper entry, very sniper one, nice one. A plus sniper. But at this point, it can't be sniper again because there's a change in all those story line. So we just sit and wait for it to do its thing. Okay, so someone said Euro USD. Let's do Euro USD. That's gonna be the final one we do. Then we call it a night. Hope the people that did V75, hope you now understand everything. And the thing is that from next year I'll be trading just when in Forex pair. I'll be trading just 2 pair, gold and USD JPY alone. I'll be dropping USD card. Not that USD card is bad. I want to focus more on. I want to have the time to focus more on myself and do some other things. And if you meet people that are profitable in Forex, they will tell you those that are profitable in Forex trade less pairs, not too much pair, less pairs. But you that wants to catch all the pairs in this world, don't say pause, do bootcamp, but okay, I'm going to do it. It's going to be the 2026 mentorship. I'm going to do it on YouTube, 2026 mentorship, and I'll drop the 2026 model. I'll drop one model for 2026. I'll call it 2026 model, which you're going to be using to trade. Now, this thing is going to be gold and USD JPY. So why am I dropping USD card? I'm dropping USD card because I want to have more time for myself, and secondly, the lesser pair you trade, the less pair you trade, the more profitable you become, and the more wins you get, and the less losses you're going to get. But you're just coming up, you just learned a strategy, you're already adding in your watch list 20 pairs. What are you doing with 20 pairs? You don't need 20 pairs to be profitable. You need just 1 or 2. 1 or 2 is okay. If you are trading Forex, 1 or 2. If you are trading synthetic, 1 or 2. That's all. Let's go to that Euro USD. Then we are done. I'll clear this. Let me remove it. Okay, we're going to start with, let's start with monthly, because it's been long we've not. Okay, starting from monthly, what can we see here? You can see something clearly. Let's see. We had on monthly here, monthly reject monthly. You see that monthly reject monthly there. Then after monthly reject monthly, we had monthly reject monthly, and we had a weekly breakout. The monthly reject monthly, we had a weekly breakout. Okay, even the weekly breakout was here, it was here. But if you check, after that month ended, this following month was supposed to come here. Now, there's a way we prioritize our entries. This current month was the month that was supposed to come here and give us entry. But since this month did not come there, it was moving very slowly, and this month is the one. And this month is the one. Yeah, this video will be available on YouTube channel after the live. Yeah, this month is the one that was supposed to come here. This month was the one that was supposed to come here, but it did not come. The movement was slow, so this one came. So the chance of it playing out is less, because this was the month that was supposed to move with momentum down here. So you're just going to ignore that one. Let's leave that. Let's leave it. Okay, let me just mark that monthly and drop it there. Remember, there are types of storylines. I'm just using one. Just like saying I have 2 superpowers, I have 5 superpowers, but I'm just using one. That's to show you that if I want to use all of them, I can destroy the market. But I'm just showing one for now. Now this is weekly, right? So on weekly, what do we have? We have a bullish storyline. we have a bullish storyline. How do we have a bullish storyline? Let's see. So now on this very one here, we have let's look at the storyline here. What we got here. There was no storyline starting here until here when we had this one. That was the storyline starting there, one of the storyline. I'm not trying to show you guys the other kind of storyline. Weekly, just weekly, there was a daily breakout, I guess. Yeah, weekly, just weekly, daily breakout. So it was bullish on weekly now. So if I continue, you see that the market has been bullish. There's nothing there. That's just been bullish. So after rejection and breakout, the market never came back to this OCL because this was a very nice OCL for us to use as an F. This was a nice OCL to use, but the market never came then there. So we'll go to daily. One thing about trading algorithm that controls the market, if advanced Msnr is not giving you entry, Khan concept is going to give you entry. That's three types of okay, but they want you to depend on them. This guy, deep peeps, I don't know if you're complimenting me or you're abusing me. So let me understand. Either abuse me or they complimenting. Man, no. Okay, so now here we have the rejection, the breakout, but the market never came back there. So we're going to stick now to other this thing, go to the daily time frame. Since weekly did not give us that entry, remember you always can get entries from weekly. This was an OCL that was supposed to use, the market never used it. Even these other key levels below, the market never really used those key levels. See, so we can still get trades from daily. So coming from daily here, was there rejection at a point? Daily wasn't really giving us, based on this storyline, it wasn't really giving us things like that. It was just moving. Since when? Since December, it was just moving like that. Let's see. Remember, if the market is just spiking up, lower time frame can give us entry models which we are going to use to enter the trade. Let's see if there are entry models here in these ones to use. Okay, yeah, there were entry models. There was an entry here. So let me try to match up this area with the higher time frame. Let's go to daily, because daily, remember what I said. Okay, remember what I said, that the market will always give you things to trade. So if I check it out, okay, yeah, that was nice on daily. So from here there was a rejection, breakout, and came back, gave entry. That was entry models there for you to trade, and it continues going up till it broke out from here. So currently now, since weekly already at this point, you are not considering this place because this one was from monthly. Let's just forget about the monthly for now, so you're not going to confuse yourself. Let's remove everything from that monthly. Let's focus on the weekly. Weekly is bullish already. Except we want to start going down, but it's bullish for now. So let's go to daily. Daily is bullish. Let's just trade this daily. After the daily did rejection and was given entries, not that one, this one. Remember, rejection can come from any point, no matter how far it is. Rejection can come from those points. So when you see a rejection, use it. And always trying to use the farthest rejection point. Okay. Now I don't teach beginners. My class is advanced. Beginners, you can meet other people to teach you the beginners part, then you can come and learn the advanced here. Okay, you I don't understand how someone will be hating on somebody and you're still in his live session, you're still watching. even without someone paying for my class, my free content alone is making people money. I have a lot of people sending message that only just watching the free. If you have if someone really, if you have sense, you see that watching you don't even need to pay for any mentorship. Watching my videos on YouTube alone, supposed to open your eyes. You watch video on storyline, watch video on market direction, watch video on the right time frame to use. That one alone is supposed to open your eyes to make you to start catching trade. I have like 4 guys sent me message that they only watched my video on YouTube and he has been catching one. He caught the first trade 1:20. So it's not compulsory you pay for mentorship. Watch the free videos, make use of those ones. Let me tell you how to watch it. Watch storyline number 1, watch market direction number 2, watch the right time frame to trade number 3. Okay, then now watch that my video on how I made 1:200. You see how those trades, if you watch carefully, you see that I was even giving out some secrets on how I was picking those trades when I was moving from higher time frame to lower time frame. That's all you need. You don't need to pay for mentorship. It's not a must. You don't need to pay. You can make money from free. You can become profitable from free videos, free content that you're watching on YouTube. That's one thing people don't know. You don't have to pay. Just watch, take in the good information, let go of the bad ones. That's all. So let's go back here. So daily is bullish. You can see already daily is bullish. This daily, is it rejecting from anywhere? We're going to look that. No, it's not rejecting from anywhere. This one is no more fresh. You can see already that it's OCL here, which is supposed to be rejecting from, is not fresh. And what did we say about rejection? Our rejection must come from a fresh point. So there's this one mitigated this place, so it's not fresh for rejection. Now here the market did rejection here, right? That was a rejection. We check for hour. Is it a breakout? Rejection. Breakout should come from breakout should come from here. So there's a breakout here. So rejection, breakout. We'll go back to daily. Okay, there's a rule. You know, most times I won't be giving you guys most of our secrets and how we trade, but you know what, one of the rules is that after rejection and breakout, I said in the beginning, after rejection and breakout, you go back to the time frame that did the rejection and look for your entries there, and at that point you can get sniper entry. I'm not going to go more deeper than that. All right. Let's say with some of your videos that I've watched, I caught points to enter around BTC. Congratulations. So see, the devil is in the room. So now at this point there's a rejection here. There's a breakout on 4 hour. Remember, I keep saying this breakout. If you watch my video on storyline, you see that just it. Rejection, breakout. You don't need too much. You don't need to confuse yourself. That's a rejection. There's a breakout. And if I even if I look now, look at this OCL here. The OCL here can catch my trade from that OCL. And where will I want to take out my first TP? It's going to be here. You see that? That's why I want to catch up my first TP. And where did I come from to catch this trade? Now this is what I'm saying. Where did I come from to see this trade? It was from my weekly. I saw the weekly, saw the storyline and everything, finally got to the daily. You get me? Now this market coming, if this market wants to keep coming down, the market will come here This place is perfect for entry. This place here, remember, you don't enter trade on RBS or SBR. Entry model you can get entry here from entry model, use it, and it continues up to this place. Or you can get entry from the support. Now, I always say this, I'll keep saying it. The only time the market will disrespect here the support or resistance is if the market wants to change storyline, and not just any kind of support before you start going to pick trades on random support like this kind of support. You will not pick trade here, then you're going to lose. The support I'm talking about, the support and resistance I'm talking about is apex support, apex resistance. The only time the market disrespects apex support and apex resistance, the only time the market disrespects apex support and apex resistance is when the market wants to change storyline. Outside the market changing storyline, your apex support and your apex resistance will be respected. It will be respected. And here is an apex support. So if the market disrespects the support, that means the market wants to change storyline. That's the only time I hit SL is if the market wants to change storyline. Outside the market changing storyline, I don't hit SL. And you know already the market doesn't change storyline 247. So now this is another kind of storyline that will lead the market to here and here, the market to here or here. And at that point, it can lead the market down here and move, or down here and move also. The only time that here will not hold, and that's when you want to change storyline. Simple as ABC. You get? So go back to that place where we had that OCL on daily. Some people are always scared to trade OCL, but we are not scared to trade OCL. So this is the OCL here. This is the OCL. So this is where we are. Let's just finish this one, then we end the live. You can still watch it more to understand. So that's the OCL there. That's the OCL. Then you can follow up with the market. Inside that OCL, look for entry models. You pick your trade. Then the market comes straight here. If the market gives you an entry here, it's straight down to this point here. Now at this point, you can get, if there's an entry model here, what do? You know, a bullish entry model, you know that you start buying again and your tip will be here. But if there's no entry model here, the market will come down to this place, this zone. Remember this daily zone, and you get entry models here. And when you have a bullish entry model here, you know you're buying and you're following it up again to here. So the only time you will not have entry model here, you don't have entry model here, is if the market wants to change storyline, then it will not break here. And the market wants to change direction also, it breaks here. So now for next year, the only pairs that will be trading is going to be gold and USD JPY. These are the only trades the only pairs I'll be trading next year. Then for synthetic, is going to be V75 and V75-1S. So I'm going to be updating you guys based on what we've just did here today. So I'm going to check the market again tomorrow, then give you guys updates on how we should follow up the market. So good night everybody, and when I'll begin live again to update you guys on everything, I'll also drop it in the Telegram channel, so you guys will be aware and you know that. Merry Christmas to everybody and Happy New Year in advance. See you guys.